All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone to another episode of Crypto Corner, your crypto radar for all the latest news, reviews, market analysis, and tutorials that help you master the crypto markets. And it is Monday, it's the beginning of a new week, and the crypto markets are actually doing okay today. I mean, they're kind of reviving. We're having a bit of a pump in some of the coins. Bitcoin is up a little bit. Ethereum is still underperforming though. Ethereum is really falling against Bitcoin, which is why I'm actually accumulating Ethereum right now more than I'm accumulating Bitcoin, because I feel that as Ethereum is underperforming Bitcoin right now, this is giving us an ideal chance to actually make even bigger gains once the proper recovery starts. Now, we are not yet in a full recovery mode. We're still kind of consolidating around this 38,000, which is a support, but this support could also fail. And if it fails, and I'm talking Bitcoin because Bitcoin is driving the whole market, so if the support of Bitcoin fails right now and we drop to the 36 or below, everything else will be dropping with it, and everything else drops more than what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin drops by 2%, Ethereum and the other coins will drop by 4, 5, 8, some of them even 10%. So this is currently what's happening. You can actually see the prices of the coins down in that banner there. So I'm not really gonna go through this. I actually want to focus on one of the big news that happened over the last 24 hours, and it is the announcement that we are now seeing the ripple effect of what El Salvador did last year with becoming the first country to accept Bitcoin as a legal tender. Now we actually have the second one, and the second one is, okay, it's not really a country, it is a city in Switzerland nonetheless. I mean, Switzerland being one of the superpowers in terms of economy and finance, it is a financial world center. So this is actually really changing the game. To me, this is really important because now we can see, hopefully by the end of the year, we're going to see even more of these. So aiming to become Europe's Bitcoin capital, Lugano in Switzerland has formed a partnership with stablecoin issuer Tether to establish Bitcoin Tether and Lugano's own LVGA token to be accepted as a legal tender in the city. And this tweet right here is the one that actually announces it. So this move goes far beyond the actions of a number of other Swiss localities that for some time have already been accepting crypto for tax payments. Somewhat similar to El Salvador, Lugano, in addition to allowing crypto for taxes, is aiming to actually have all of its businesses seamlessly use crypto for everyday transactions. In El Salvador, only Bitcoin qualifies, but here there will be stablecoins as well. This was actually announced on Thursday at an event called Plan B, which was hosted by Lugano's mayor, Michel Folletti. The move was described as a de facto legalization, as the Swiss franc will surely remain the actual legal tender in Lugano and elsewhere in Switzerland. Also announced at the Plan B conference were plans for Bitcoin World Forum to be held in Lugano on October 26th to 28th. Lugano is in fact Switzerland's 9th largest city with a population of just over 62,000 people, and it's in the Italian-speaking southern part of the country. So why is this important? Well, first of all, it is important because even though many people were talking about El Salvador being a third world country or just having too much corruption and the country with the biggest homicide rate and everything, all of those things that were kind of, aiming at discrediting El Salvador as a, let's say, not exactly a democracy, not exactly a country of the first world that we should take seriously or something like that. Switzerland, however, is one of the financial centers of the world. So now we're talking about a proper first world country accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender. This is why I think that this will change the game. Now, this will set a precedent, especially in Europe, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more countries starting to accept Bitcoin as a legal tender, especially now with all the economies in various different places around the world starting to crumble after the pandemic. Now with the war, all of the sanctions that have been imposed on Russia, they're going to also have an effect on us, on the Western world. So definitely economies are going to be suffering a lot in the coming months and even years to come. So Bitcoin, crypto in general, is definitely going to gain even more traction, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more countries turn to Bitcoin in order to actually boost their own economies, because all of these currencies, many of these currencies, not all, many of these currencies are going to devaluate greatly, and I'm talking fiat currencies. So as fiat currencies are devaluating, crypto is, of course, precious metals, gold in particular, and silver as well, and platinum. I mean, precious metals are definitely going to be keeping their value, but cryptocurrencies are far more liquid than precious metals. This is why I'm thinking that cryptocurrencies are going to gain even more traction, and I'm not alone in this. I mean, this is an article that is from today at Crypto Daily. Crypto will explode, they say. It's just a matter of time. And one of the cases that they're making for it, it's exactly that. They say, there are still many intelligent investors out there who have been let down by a certain path by the media, making them believe that Bitcoin is a scam, money laundering scheme, finance for terrorists, etc. But what is going on with the fiat system has to become clear to all eventually, and then with nowhere to turn but to precious metals or Bitcoin, then it is obvious that cryptocurrencies will explode upwards. We're talking here longer term, we're not talking in the next few weeks or months. This is in the longer term. Cryptocurrencies can be banned or heavily regulated, but at the end of the day, as long as the investor has their own wallet and private keys, then that wealth can grow completely out of the reach of governments, banks, and regulators. The explosion is coming, and it may be soon. Now, I'm not really sure how soon it will be. I wouldn't be able to make that analysis because I'm not really an economist, but it would really make sense. I mean, for me, it is really common sense that cryptocurrencies are going to be going up in price. They're going to see a lot of price appreciation, especially in the wake of all of these current problems that we are facing in the aftermath of the war. The war has not even ended yet. I mean, we are going to have an aftermath of that war for many months or even years to come after it ends, but it's not even ended yet. So definitely we are heading over, into more recessions. Maybe even another Great Depression is coming around the corner. Many people, in the finance sectors are talking about that. This is not really my analysis. As I said, I'm not really an economist, so I can't really assess this correctly. I can only follow what other financial experts and economists are saying, and judging from what I'm seeing, we are really heading into another recession for many countries, for the majority of the world, especially the Western world. So definitely crypto for me is the way out. Crypto for me is the best place to to store my money, to preserve value and even grow the value of my money. So this is why I'm quite bullish on Bitcoin and crypto in general. But with that said, it doesn't mean that we are bound to see a big spike immediately, right? Today we are seeing that we are starting to go upwards, and I've been talking about that. If you want, you can go and check out my previous episode where I did analysis of Bitcoin. I looked at quite a few charts. A lot of them are looking bearish right now. So with the move today, we are actually starting to do that kind of a bounce that I was talking about. After that bounce, I'm expecting that we will revisit lower support levels, and dropping to 35,000, dropping to 30,000 and even 29,000 is still very likely and very possible. It's not the most likely scenario as of right now, as of today, but looking at on the weekly and everything, I'm not going to go in the charts right now because I did it in my previous video and it was just a couple of days ago, so not much has changed, especially if we're looking on the weekly and the longer term. But definitely I'm expecting that we will be doing a little bit of up and down movements in this region until we finally break out, and I'm expecting that at some point we will break on the upside rather than on the downside, and we will really start the proper recovery. We will jump to 45, 47,000, then we're going to jump to 50, 52,000. These are price levels that I have as my targets in terms of resistance, and after that we'll see how it goes. We're going to analyze the charts, but for the moment this is bullish news, and I'm talking about the fact that the city of Lugano, a city in Switzerland, is going to make Bitcoin a legal tender alongside stablecoins. But Bitcoin, very important for Bitcoin. This is for the future of Bitcoin. This is going to be yet another big, huge milestone that we have conquered, and if we're talking long term, the only way is up. This episode of Crypto Corner is sponsored by BitYard, an exchange that I have been using for well over a year already. They operate in 150 countries with licenses in USA, Estonia and Singapore, and provide spot and leveraged trading on numerous assets. Not only they have loads of cryptocurrencies, including some of the newest coins to hit the market, but also derivatives such as crude oil, precious metals, gold, silver and more, stocks such as Nasdaq and MiniDow, and they offer up to 100x leverage on many of these markets. What I find very useful is that on spot trading they separate cryptocurrencies in groups like DeFi tokens or proof of stake tokens or tokens from the Grayscale Trust portfolio or Binance Smart Chain tokens and so on. This makes it easier when I want to focus only on a specific category of tokens, and they keep adding more and more assets. They have tripled the list of supported coins since I started using this exchange, so there's a much better choice already. In terms of security, they keep the majority of their funds in cold storage with only a smaller portion in hot wallets that are used to pay withdrawals, and all withdrawals are manually approved during working hours only, so there's less risk of violations or exploits. They offer a copy trading service, so users that aren't very experienced can take advantage of those who are more skilled and make profits by copying their trades in an automated and uncomplicated way. You can go through the stats for each trader and choose what amount to allocate to them, and you can choose multiple traders to copy at the same time. You can use it on a desktop or mobile. Their app is on both Android and iOS, so it's easy to use it on the go as well. As I said, I've been using this exchange a lot throughout the past year, and their customer service team is very responsive, unlike many other exchanges where I've had to wait for days and weeks sometimes to get any response. BitYard has a live chat service, so you can find assistance pretty fast. They also offer up to $258 in various bonuses for new users, so grab the invite link from the description below to register and find out more. Alright, well, this wraps up today's episode of Crypto Corner, everyone. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. If this helped you, please share it with someone else who would also benefit from watching this. And don't forget to leave likes and comments below. This will help the YouTube algorithms to pick up this video so that it can get more visibility and reach more people. Also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you know when I'm posting a new video. Also, very soon I'm doing yet another giveaway, so make sure that you follow every video that I post. I bring you all the latest news and reviews and market analysis, things that actually help you in your crypto journey. This is my goal. This is what I've been doing since 2016. This channel has actually been around for the last 5 years. It is a milestone already, and we have reached almost 20,000 subscribers. So this year I want to surpass 20k subscribers. Please help me do that. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode.